Welcome everybody, this is Link.
And Sora! Where's Boogan?
Yeah. We don't have a Boogan with us because it's like 11 o'clock where he is right now, which is overseas, away from all of us. Sorry, Boogan. So we're doing a duo weekly update back in the days of...
It's OG Squad.
Yeah, this is like so OG it hurts right now.
Except I have a better headset.
Yeah, thank God. And I have a better microphone and better hairstyle, better everything, basically.
Except body, because we haven't been working out like we used to.
My body's hot and you know it.
Anyway.
Okay, let's move on. So this is weekly update number 86. YouTube, we're at 204 subscribers, still no change. We're at 6,938 views, up 130 from last week. Thank you so much for watching us. That's amazing. Thank you. Twitter, we're at 1,623 followers, down 3 from last week. Facebook, we're still at 119 likes from the day we were born. Twitch, we're at 58 followers, which is still the same as before, and we're at 1,151 views, up 4 from last time. Thank you for those of you who checked me out when I was playing Fallout 4 the other night, trying to get stuff set up. We've been having a few problems with Fallout 4. That's why there may or may not have been a video last week, because all of the videos, when you shoot the gun in it, it's like bang, and then you hear a bang in the background, or the other way around, where you hear a very soft bang when I shoot, and then you hear a huge bang like half a second later.
Yep.
It's really annoying, really bad quality. I'm debating just not having Fallout 4 videos for a while because it's so awful. Or if there are Fallout 4 videos, it's going to be very few, because, you know, I shoot a lot normally when I'm in firefights, so it doesn't look so bad during those, but when I'm just like dealing with one guy, it's kind of lame and looks real bad.
Like my video from my webcam.
Yes. Alright, so this last week we did have a lot of Xenoblade videos come up. We also had a weekly update video come up, so that was fun. This week we have a weekly update video coming up. There's going to be more Xenoblade. There's going to possibly be Borderlands. I don't know if Boogan got that far into it or not. He was talking about doing that. We'll see if it happens or not. It may or may not. I've said or not quite a bit
or
right
not.
now. Or not. So there might be that video or not. Also,
or maybe there will!
Or not.
Or not.
So this week also I'm gonna have a special video coming out. It's gonna be a cosplay video. It's gonna be my first cosplay video that I'm putting on the channel. It's gonna be an update on the costume that I'm working on for Comic-Con, because eventually I want to make this into a tutorial so that I can show people. I did make a tutorial for the hammer that I built for one of my friend's Mario costumes. It was one of the giant hammers from Super Smash Brothers. I believe Brawl is the one I based it on.
Well, they're in all of them, but Brawl probably would be the best one to get a good image of.
Well, I used the... I believe it was in Brawl because it had the same shape to it. Brawl had a little bit different of a shape. It had a lip on the end of it that was a little bit larger, so it had more of a hammer head. In the older ones, it was just like a straight up block of, like a cylinder. So,
yeah.
So that I think I used Brawl, but anyway, I'm gonna have a cosplay video up so that I can kind of show you what I'm doing for Comic-Con this year, since that's coming up in a couple months, and I'm working real hard on that. I actually spent a whole day that I had off working on costume stuff and trying to clean up my workspace up here, which was a big pain in the butt, but that'll be up as well. Last week's question we're not really going to answer right now because Boogan is the only one who really knows anything about it, so we'll talk about it next week. There was no comment of the week, so we're not going to talk about that either. Live stream announcement. If you want to, please go check out our live stream. We'll actually have already streamed yesterday. We will have played, what were we playing?
Splatoon!
Splatoon, yes.
I'm a squid, you're a squid, everyone's a fucking squid!
Squid!
Squids!
So, we played Splatoon. Also, this week we'll probably be playing something else. I know last week I tried to play some Fallout 4. On my days off, I'm going to try to stream a couple hours, or nights when I have off, I'll try to do that, just so that I can try to get a little bit more in the hang of streaming and talking, because Sora's been doing that a lot and getting a lot better. His stuff's definitely improved. So I figure maybe I should do that too. Try to progress the channel a little bit at a time, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So also we should be playing Smite if you want to join us. Just message us or write down below. No one has done it yet, so that's why it's no longer our front runner intro to this weekly update. But that's out there.
Yeah.
So what's up with TRS? Sora, let's talk about your week.
You mean just parking in front of my laptop or my Wii U and watching E3?
Yeah, exactly. E3 was last week. We gotta talk about that. So hit it off. Talk about something.
I saw a lot of games live, and like Link and other people were like, "Hey, have you seen this?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I watched it on E3." Like, I'm like, "No, I've already seen all this."
Unfortunately, some people have jobs that they can't
Yeah.
sit there and watch E3 during. So
Yeah.
So
But like I saw Pokemon Sun and Moon. I sat and watched 3 hours of Zelda gameplay. Definitely good waste of 3 hours.
Oh yeah.
Don't get me wrong about that.
Breath of the Wild is just a phenomenal looking game.
Like sorry, Breath of the Wild.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. I was just like mind blown.
Nintendo. Everyone was like, "Oh, what's Nintendo doing? Only bringing Breath of the Wild?" Because they were expecting like a small little demo booth. But no, they bring this giant. They just brought a piece of Hyrule with them to show off the game.
Ridiculous. When Nintendo basically says, "Fuck you, our income is bigger than all of yours put together."
And Sony revealed Hideo Kojima is working for them with the choir singing as they rose the curtain up, and he came out. It was like Kojima was born again.
Jesus Christ, it's so exciting.
And then Microsoft announced their Xbox One S.
Yeah,
and
new console.
Then the Project Scorpio, which they said had like 6 gigaflops of. I'm like, what's a gigaflop?
It's actually an April Fool's joke. We just didn't know it. 2 months late,
Yeah.
whatever.
But so that's been my week. I went to the gym twice this week, going 3 times next week.
Nice. Hey,
Trying to get in better shape.
Let's go back to that E3 stuff though, real quick.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
Breath of the Wild definitely took me by surprise. Honestly, like I came home and I was like, yeah, okay, so whatever. And Sam actually was like, hey, you watch any of the Breath of the Wild stuff and like the new Zelda game? And I was like, nah, should I? And he's like, yeah, you should. And I was like, oh fuck, I should. I watched it all and it was like. I looked up a bunch of stuff. I actually sat at work, like looking at articles and stuff, like everything that was released. And something that's interesting is that it's going to be on the Wii U, and it's going to be on the next console, which is
Nintendo NX.
Yeah, which is it's codenamed that. It doesn't have.
Yeah.
Oh,
Doesn't have an official name yet. Like the Microsoft's Project Scorpio is their next like version of Xbox One. There's also this thing from Sony, the PlayStation Neo. So. Like, this could possibly be the smallest gap between generation consoles.
Yeah, and on top of that, it means that Nintendo might actually be, like, right there when they need to be instead of 2 years behind.
Yep.
Which is really going to help them out because they've been suffering.
This would be the first time this has happened since, like, the GameCube generation.
Yeah, Nintendo's been behind for a while. With the Wii, they were behind. With the Wii U, they were behind. So this would be actually like them on top of things, which would be really exciting. The unfortunate part is that I just got a Wii U. So...
like last year.
Right? And then...
We're the Nintendo now.
when we got a Wii U, we were playing Xenoblade, and we were playing it on the Wii. And it was kind of rough, and the graphics looked pretty bad. And then we played it on the Wii U, and it was like way better. It looked so much crisper, way better video. Some of that has to do with the cord that we were using. We were using an adapter, which really messes with it to begin with. But now they're gonna have this console, and we're gonna like play it once, and it's gonna be like playing Destiny on the 360 versus on the One, and you're just gonna be like, why did they make a 360 version? Was that a smart move? Did they do the right thing? So, basically, I'm gonna cry my life away into my Wii U.
And then I have my own theory on like the era Breath of the Wild's taking place. I think it's either like before Twilight Princess or it's going to be like set years after Twilight Princess. Because you see the Temple of Time is in ruin. They're saying Hyrule's in a state of descent. The Master Sword is rusted as fuck. So this might be a time.
I feel like it has to be after Twilight Princess, right? Like, obviously, this is all speculation because they haven't put it in the timeline yet. But honestly, like, if I were to guess where it comes from, I would say it would come from an area after Twilight Princess where they're already on Earth, colonized and everything, where everything is set up, but then it has the chance to be destroyed. After Twilight Princess would be the opportune time because everything was already going to the Shadow Realm, so everything was kind of getting wrecked to begin with. Twilight Princess did have that darker tone to it, which would kind of help to like show that off, and it definitely has. I believe Twilight Princess has one of the best map layouts in it, and it's very. It's not super open world, but it feels a bit more open world because of how not large, but how natural the maps look. It feels open world because you have like this very natural-esque, not like forced edges like in Ocarina of Time, where it was very obvious that there was a wall there for a reason because they couldn't go and make anything past said wall because they didn't have the power to do so. But I believe they did a good job with that, and if Breath of the Wild was after this game, it would kind of show the regression like back to nature from this, and it would show like the death of the Master Sword, which is so exciting.
That, and plus in the trailer they started off by showing the same bridge that is in the start of the Twilight Princess like intro reel of the game.
Yeah.
So like they were pretty much trying to show like this is the Bridge of Eldine.
Yeah, they're definitely making connections there, which is really exciting. I love when the Zelda games do that kind of crazy shit where they're just like, you know what, you didn't think about it, but this is actually connected. And then somebody thinks about it and the whole world just like instantly blows their minds at the same time. It's just like there's jelly flying everywhere and Nintendo's just laughing in the background like, ha 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 ha.
Like, I'm glad I watched the E3 when I did, because now I've been able to like formulate theories and stuff ahead of time, like...
Oh yeah. Oh, and...
Because I've been working on this, I'm like, wait, this could be the era of like Hyrule's final moments.
Should be exciting. Very exciting.
Because Ganondorf is back.
I mean,
they've confirmed that Ganondorf is back.
He always comes back though.
He does.
Like,
he is the incarnation of demise, so...
Yep. Okay, something else I want to talk about Legend of Zelda is that they're going a very different route with a lot of the game. They're getting rid of rupees and grass. They added a cooking thing where you actually make food that you need to eat. They're basically making a Fallout, Minecraft, Legend of Zelda game that is an amazing, really well put together game. The one thing that I could live without is they're in this day and age where you have games such as Call of Duty and you have all these great looking, very realistic games coming out.
The Skyward Sword art style.
Yeah, if you're not doing something that is absolutely perfect, realistic shading and everything, people are going to critique it unless you have your own art style, which is where you have like TF2 has its own art style, Smite has its own art style, Battleborn has its own art style, like everything.
And like even Final Fantasy 15 is pulling off that photorealism.
Yeah, but they're not making it like real. They're not making it like combat, like real, like actual worldly stuff. They're making it like that photorealistic, like that a bit above what the standard is. And I feel like Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess did a really good job of making this really real, dark game that felt like it was still part of the Zelda universe, but that it was an add-on that we would love and that we would see, and we would see this like dark undertone to it. And unfortunately, Breath of the Wild is the opposite of that. It is a open world happy game, and they went with the more cartoony style with it.
People love Wind Waker now because it has its unique art style.
But people didn't love Wind Waker when we were coming up.
No, they didn't.
When we were growing up, a lot of people didn't like Wind Waker.
I did like Wind Waker. I will say I liked Wind Waker. I was that odd guy out. I loved it.
But a lot of people, like, a lot of people liked it, but they didn't love it quite as much as what was going on right now. And same thing with like Majora's Mask, actually. Well, when I was growing up, not a lot of people talked about Majora's Mask, and then when
me actually got in an argument about this one because I was like, no, Majora's Mask is like the best Zelda game.
Yeah, but like when I was growing up, very few people talked about it. And then when I hit high school, a little bit more people were talking about it. And then when I actually hit college and like this became an actual thing, and I was like really on the internet and everything, that's when we ended up with the 3DS remake of it because everybody cared so much about it.
Yeah.
But until then, like it was a little bit of a low liar. It was that game
It was
that
the Dark Horse.
it was that game that everybody liked, but nobody wanted to like speak up for.
Yeah.
And then same thing with Wind Waker, I think, because I had never played Wind Waker. I had never even heard of Wind Waker until I met Zach, and then Zach told me about it.
I had played through it like 3 or 4 times.
And then he told me about it, and I was like, yeah, maybe I'll play it, but like I never really got into it that much, and a lot of people didn't get into it. At least a lot of my friend group never got into it. They got into the others games.
Hang out Link's friend group back in school.
Yeah. So they got into a lot of other of the style Zelda games, but not really Wind Waker because they didn't really like those graphics. And then when the mobile games came out for the DS, people didn't really play those, like Spirit Tracks and Phantom Hourglass. They didn't really play those because they didn't really like the art style of that either. But now Nintendo's like really pushing for that because it's the thing that they have that's really unique. And I think Breath of the Wild is going to have its own unique view of it, and it's going to be an absolutely beautiful game, well done and everything. I'm still not a huge fan of that kind of graphics. Like even in Skyward Sword, I'm not a huge fan. Although it was a very well done game. But we'll see. I think they're putting a little bit more realism into it. If you look at the new giant monsters in there based off of the Octoroks, they're really cool, and they have that old style like retro-esque feel to them, but they also have like the new shaded style, which is really awesome.
And I can say from watching the hours of gameplay, they did water effects beautifully.
Did they? Oh, well, what I saw from the trailer looked really good. I didn't see any of the gameplay.
That and plus, like, Link can, like, you can, like, change his clothes, not just from, like, tunics, but you can put on, like, full Hyrulean knight armor.
Nice.
So, like, he's not just restricted to, like, tunics, he can put on, like, clothes you find laying around.
Oh, that's cool. Oh, yeah, that's another thing we didn't even talk about this. Like, you don't get a weapon just by getting a weapon. You have to find it.
You can pick up, like, Bokugo, like, their clubs, you can rip off the arm of, like, the skeleton enemies and whack them with it.
There's no other Zelda game where you can use the weapon of a creature you destroy as a weapon.
Wind Waker.
Can you do that in Wind Waker?
Dark Nut Sword and the Boko Boblin Sticks.
But not everything,
But not everything.
Yeah, you can't.
Not everything is a weapon.
This game, literally anything you can pick up and use. Like everything is a pickup. It's like an open world survival game. They made a survival Legend of Zelda game.
Yeah.
It is phenomenal and crazy. It's like if you take Rust and made it Legend of Zelda.
There's going to be a lot of people who, once this game comes out, no one will see for like a year.
Oh, I'm gone. I'm out. Like, you can run the YouTube channel. I'm gone. Like, I got Twitch. That's it. You won't see me anywhere except streaming. Like, if you want this up on YouTube, you better edit it yourself, because I'm going to be streaming the whole time.
Enough about Zelda theories and, like, gushing over E3 stuff. That's been my week.
Okay. Alright, well, what's been up with me is that pretty much the same stuff. Molly's been gone for a while now. She's supposed to be back today, and she won't be because her car is broken, so she'll probably be back on Tuesday. So instead of a 10-day disappearance, she's gone for 12 days, and it's even worse than I had originally thought, unfortunately. But on the bright side, I'm working a lot and making a ton of money, so I bought more of my my new computer that I'm trying to build. I keep trying to say laptop. It's not a laptop. I'm not building a laptop.
It's a gaming computer. It's a desktop.
It's a gaming desktop. So I bought more pieces of that. I'm like 3/5 of the way to it now, but I should have the majority of it starting in July. I believe the 1st of July I should be able to either finish off buying the pieces or get very close at least. So I'm excited for that. Otherwise, I've just been doing cosplay stuff as Comic-Con is coming up relatively soon. We still haven't heard back whether we're having a panel or not. So I'm probably going to email them in the next couple days and see what's going on with that, because I really want to know yes or no, just so we can start planning things, because it is very close. It's coming up very soon.
Yep.
That's about what's up with me, though. Do you have a question of the week for this week?
I guess since we talked so much on E3, what was your favorite release what was your favorite news that came out from E3?
Yeah, what's the thing that you're looking forward to the most, or blew your mind the most, or whatever? Like, was it Spider-Man? Was it Zelda? Like,
Oh my god, an
what was
Insomniac game, Spider-Man.
yes, like. So what was it? Like, what was your thing that blew your mind? And with that, do you have anything else you want to say, Sora?
Just E3 is gamer Christmas.
Yes, very true. So, thank you everybody for watching. It's been a lot of fun. We'll see you again next time. Have a good one. Bye-bye.